in Monroe County.
Let's head over now to Ted Scouten. He's in Florida City, and I know you've been going through quite a night, Ted.
Hi, Vanessa and Elliot. Yeah, it's been getting progressively worse throughout the evening. Right now, that's probably one of the strongest bands that we felt this evening. Let's go over there. Let's give an idea of what we're seeing. This one just is blowing in as you came to me. This is the strongest one that we've seen so far. We've had throughout the evening, or throughout the morning, the wind has been increasing and staying steadily increasing. That was the biggest gust that we've seen today. What we're finding earlier, several hours ago, we drove around Homestead in Florida City a little bit. What we were finding on the road is there were a lot of palm fronds down, like you see here, on the ground and in the roadway. So that's some of the obstacles, like an obstacle course getting through the roads at this point. We didn't see any trees down, but that was a couple hours ago when we were out there. We came in because it was just getting too windy and we didn't want to be out there in the wind, so we're kind of in place now for the duration. But also we found that there were some power outages in Homestead as well as Florida City. As we drove down US 1 in Homestead, you'd be several blocks where where they have power, a few blocks where there's no power, and then a few blocks of power again. And in Florida City, everything on south of the Turnpike, all of that was without power except where we are here. I don't know if this is generator power or what, but we have all the lights are on here, so we've been pretty lucky in that regard. But once again, let's take a look over there, and you can see what we're talking about with debris. This is why it's so dangerous to be out, because that can hit you. And when these winds really start to blow, like you're seeing now, it's picking up once again. That's where it gets dangerous. If you're in a car, it can hit the car and possibly shatter the window and hurt you, or it's just in the middle of the road. But yeah, again, throughout the night, we've been seeing these winds just steadily increase. We've had, of course, gusts, but the sustained winds have been increasing too. Adam's giving you a good shot there of what it's looking like as all this blows through. This is going to get worse throughout the day today as the storm gets closer to our area here. But certainly nothing like it's going to be in the Keys, and nothing like it is in the Keys, especially the middle and lower Keys right now. Over here, I just saw a transformer. Looks like it blew. I saw the blue color in the sky. So we're going to have a lot more of that. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of power issues throughout the area. Ellie and Vanessa.
My first question is, are you okay? Are you and Adam safe? It looks like you're under a canopy, maybe where you drive up for that valet in the hotel.
Yeah, we're under a canopy, and we have something blocking us as well. So I mean, think about it, we have something blocking us, and we're still getting this kind of wind.
Yeah.
If I were standing a few feet over there, it would be a lot stronger.
Ted, is this weather we're seeing now with the rain and the wind continuous, or is it stop and start over again?
The wind has been continuous to where you have sustained winds that are increasing. And now, like I said, the gusts that we're getting are stronger than we've seen earlier. And the rain, we've had steady rain at times, not too much, but again, we're seeing more rain right now than we've been seeing throughout much of the evening, or much of the morning. So everything's kind of increasing right now.
And are there a number of people with you in that hotel? Have you met a number of people that decided to evacuate maybe the Keys and head there?
Yeah, the hotel is packed. This is one of the few hotels that's taking reservations or allowing people to stay. You have to sign a waiver when you stay. Most of the other hotels here in Florida City are closed. We did see a few as we were driving on US 1 that had cars there, and I know that one of them at least has like FPL workers there and first responder type people in the hotel. So there are people staying in the hotel. As for evacuees from the Keys, in this hotel, I didn't really notice a lot of evacuees from the Keys here. I noticed people who were on vacation who got trapped here, and I think there's a lot of locals who decided to ride out the storm here in the hotel. But it's full. The hotel's completely full.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people in that area may be in evacuation zones, so they felt it was safer to go there. You mentioned that you have to sign a waiver. I'm curious about that. What kind of waiver is that?
It's a waiver, kind of a hold harmless waiver, stating that there's an evacuation and that they're not responsible if something happens to you. Pretty standard in situations like this. Usually when we are covering a storm for hotels that allow you to stay. You usually sign a waiver saying that if something happens to you, you knew the consequences before you checked in.
Have the two of you
Let's
slept?
look
Have
over
you
here
eaten?
again. Looking at this tree.
Yeah?
What's that?
Have you slept? Have you eaten? I feel like I keep seeing you
I
on
was
TV. Want to make sure you're okay.
Have I eaten, did you ask?
Yes. Have you slept?
I've eaten a lot of plantain chips and tuna fish.
There you go.
So I'm looking forward to a good meal eventually. But hey, look at that tree here. I love those plantain chips, but not as much anymore now. The tree here, it's actually getting to the point where the leaves are starting to be blown off of it. You normally see that when you're covering hurricanes. It looks like kind of fall when you're up in the north, when the leaves fall off the trees. And there's even a palm frond that's stuck in that tree too.
Yeah, we saw the light. I believe Adam showed the light fixture, and it was wobbling. So that's pretty scary. Stay away from that. We don't need any flying light fixtures.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, that one.
that light fixture there, I figure that's going to go eventually.
Yeah.
Because it's been wobbling a lot up there, especially when the wind really starts to blow pretty heavily. And there again, that's things that people don't think about. Anything can be it can really be deadly when you have winds like this. See, there it goes again.
Yeah.
All it's going to take is eventually a good wind, and that top's going to blow off.
Yeah, and I'm just
you don't know
thinking
where it's
about
gonna land.
those cars and that van parked underneath it.
Right
and that's
underneath
one of
it.
the things you have to keep in mind with these storms is where you park your car.
Absolutely. All right, Ted Scouten, go enjoy some more plantains. Get dry in there. Appreciate you and Adam putting all that work in, and thank you. Stay safe.